this kind of behavior sometimes can affect the athlete. No, this issue will only arise when the athlete becomes popular, star.
Like, is it nobody's is actually coming forward? Are we not good enough? Kind of that, because we have our neighbor rival Singapore also is actually kind of sending someone's away. So we're still finding like why we are not moving, because probably we started very good in the beginning, but now we probably I feel a bit stagnant. This is because the reason you don't know why we're actually kind of like a high in the Asians, because nobody give us that much of highlights.
But why do you say obstacle? Are they not there to support, or we're not here to criticize? We're just
very difficult. But right now, like I think both of us like thinking is like how you want to like stabilize the national team. How the bottom people can help up to bring another level for this.
So it's very difficult when you don't have a place to call your own. So when you have a place to call your own, then that's where you can start running competition, and then people out there will be training, really good. And then our funding has become very, very bad. So like this year when we took our girls to Australia, it's all about sponsorship and parents supporting us, and also the 3 coaches working like hell just to get money,
Currently, netball is under.
Here school
is under the Ministry of Education.
Under KPM, kan?
Yeah, we are not private. We are fully government.
Yes, fully government.
Yeah, government.
The netball team is for KBS directly, kan?
No, KPM.
It's KPM.
Yes,
Netball
we are not under this one.
No, he was asking
netball,
about
the senior team.
It's under the national body.
Yeah, it's actually considered under the organisation and under the council.
So now if Bukit Jalil goes for any tournament or whatever, it's still under KPM?
Yes.
Okay,
we still got to ask permission to go out of the country, that kind of thing.
So they still have restrictions to follow and everything. Kind of that. I think day by day, sports schools have become numbers now compared to those years that we started. So I think probably there where the funding actually becomes scattered. And then of course this is the best out of the rest of the country for the netball. It's still the pioneer. But again, I think as we started from the beginning, if you understand what we're trying to talk, the more exposure we get, actually the fastest that we grow, because the players that we have within our country is probably almost the similar types. But netball already grown very fast from other countries. Like I think Malawis have picked it up very well currently because they do have players who play in the Super League for Australia. So that's how they actually bring up the standard so high. And we also had some actually managed to play in the international league, but it's very minimum numbers, where we still finding that why Malaysians are not going for the international leagues and everything. What stops them? Probably that my personal questions. Second, like, is it nobody's is actually coming forward? Are we not good enough? Kind of that, because we have our neighbor rival Singapore also is actually kind of sending someone's away. So we're still finding like why we are not moving, because probably we started very good in the beginning, but now we probably I feel a bit stagnant. This is what my personal opinion. Like now we are stagnant in many ways. So I think probably that is the underappreciation that.
Where do you think that we should be at the moment of netball?
Netball currently in Asia, we're still like for the youth, we're still the top, the first ranking. As for the open team, we are currently first to third. That's where our ranking is top 3. So Asia, top 3.
Malaysia?
Yes.
By the youth.
Wow, I didn't know that. No, seriously, I didn't know that we are top 3.
Top 3.
Yeah, she holding a Guinness World. I mean, like Malaysian world record for
5 years.
5 years.
5 years. 5 consecutive. Yeah, without a break. So started from 2004, 2006, 2008, 2010, 2013.
At least I contributed 3 series for her.
And that's my biggest achievement. And I was the coach for all these 5.
Is there a netball award at end of every year kind of thing?
No.
I think we should do that. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Honor. Appreciate.
Right. I think we were starting this podcast, Pulse. Right. We are starting the magazine. So maybe that's something that we can.
That's right. When we have the award, we can have fundraising,
Yes,
know.
appreciation and
Yes.
whatnot.
I think to answer your question later just now, right? We say that who's taking the credits and not. I think when everyone be appreciated well enough, I think that
Then
will be the
everybody
deal.
will be happy.
Yeah, deal will be good enough. Like there's no netball awards, and then when we don't know who's the best coach for the year, kind of that, and then everyone start claiming based on the only players because only players are going far away.
When's your
not the
retirement
coaches.
date again?
November 17.
Okay, I'll call you after that. Let's meet up for coffee and talk a bit more further than that. Right?
After retire.
Yes,
You're free
yes.
to go then.
we can maybe that's something that we can look into lah, because we on the women empowerment side we do a lot of events, right? Social events, health events, wellness events. We also do some appreciation stuff as well. So let's see if we can get towards that angle of. But of course I know there's persatuan, there's certain bodies. Maybe MSN is involved with the persatuan kan. Persatuan is directly dengan MSN kan.
Yes.
Yeah, so we don't know how that moves. They probably will question who are you guys in order to come up with that. That's kind of. But that is something that we can work on. It's not going to happen this year or next year, but at least we have a direction where we can add, the awards show for appreciation all of the. I know MSSM does their own thing, but I think there's private teams as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's many private teams. I think she knows better. I think about the private teams. Like in Malaysia, there's quite a number, but like they're just under practicing. Like
Correct.
not very professionals kind of that. We just like based on interest. Because the reason you don't know why we're actually kind of like a high in the Asians because nobody give us that much of highlights.
Visibility.
Now we're going to give you that.
Unless I think thanks to Astro, because once Astro came in for the Netball Super League, that everything like start picking up in a different way of it together. We actually had so much off before that. And we have a lot of under our backs that nobody even knows kind of that because probably the media is not that high that long before. That's why her achievements have been underrated in many ways, kind of that people don't see. When we come back, probably nobody knows what we have done, kind of that. So, and we also had a good ranking in the worlds actually. So it's again like it been just under the shade. That's what we felt, kind of that. So I think it's a good point that we're starting something, and then it's great that she become the legacy now. She's free to go. She can do whatever she wants, and then she might be the pioneer of starting next generations for netball altogether. That's my. I'm very sure that she's not going to sit down at the room and do something. She's going to venture out so many, kind of that. So yeah.
I'm happy that Arun can give billion of idea, but I can see there is one obstacle that we really have to go through, which is his Netball Association. You see, down here we can do plenty of things. But
why do you why do you say obstacle? Are they not there to support, or sorry, I'm putting all of you all on the spot. Are they not giving enough? Sometimes you may be supporting a lot, but probably not giving enough. Maybe you're giving enough, but you're not supporting, because support can come in a lot of ways, right? Psychologically, monetary, physical, resources, utilities, those kind of things. So, what do you think, Lisa?
I mean, down here, I think for the youth level, we've been done very good because ours is under MOE. So, like Bukit Jaya Sports School, we've been doing our hard work to producing all these youth athletes. But what we lack is transition from the youth to the senior team.
So that bridge,
yes, that bridge.
But once if they are in the senior team, they're alright already.
No, really.
Not really.
Okay, alright,
So
alright. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, they're not training weekly, So they come in centralized, 5-6 days, and then they go back, and then we meet again. So I'm having a hard time now because I think the athletes needs to be more disciplined if they want to go up at high level. They cannot be thinking that coming into a centralized training to get fit. No, you got to be fit to come into centralized, so that you don't suffer during the centralized training.
It's like preparing for
for
pre-season.
Yes. So
every time they know that Miss Choo Kon Lee is going to be the coach, so 2-3 weeks before they put on the shoes, they go training. Because they know the first day they come in, they're gonna
kalau tak
get it at
muntah-muntah
that
first day
level.
terus.
I think we never had that culture. first of all, it started from us as well. We never had a culture of keep yourself fit. And when we are here, like for example, we are under the schools, under the program, everything was looked after. Your growth are very, very fast. But suddenly, the moment you are on your own, that's it all, everything collapse. So I think probably that where the reason Pesan was highlighting, saying that how the next level can be taken up, because we need another bodies to take in a very serious matters. And I also understand that how much that difficulties that we have in the many ways, where our associations, funding, managements and everything, because it's scattered in many different ways. And I don't say that it's only for netball. It's generally for everyone, kind of that. So again, because our sport also are not consistent in SEA Games. We only get SEA Games whenever these SEA countries that we just playing netball
organize.
If not, they will just take it out.
And funding only come from our councils, our national sport councils.
If it's a regional game,
it's a regional games. When you are featured in the, the large, like a SEA Game, Commonwealth and everything. Commonwealth, only the top 12 in the world can go in.
So we will never penetrate that.
The last we had actually when we was in the we as the host.
98.
Okay, so now from schools, youth level, then the bridge, then the national team.
Then they go into the uni. So uni is fine because they have tournaments. So these girls are training. So it is, but training is not going to be like our school. We train like 9 sessions per week. Like over there, it's like maybe 2, 3 sessions. And also gearing towards the tournament, only they start training. Other than that, they don't. So the only thing is, what I feel is, they got to come up with a club system.
Yes, club system.
Club system, so that the girls will have places for them to go and play and train. So our club system here for netball is really zero. So they just get together like social gathering, not serious.
But right at the moment, like let's say we have a netball super league, so an NSL, so there is a club. There is 8 clubs. But these 8 clubs also, this club don't have enough funding to have that, like maybe 6 months training to gather all these athletes to keep them fit and for the national training. For the national team. If we can see like Australia, they are doing that one. They will train for club, but at the same time, they are actually developed for the national. You see, this is what they do. But here, actually come back to, it's about funding.
Okay, now funding, Pesan, sorry to cut you off. Okay, when you say funding, what kind of resources we are looking at? Terms of paying the manpower, the coaches, the managers, or funding for the venue, the utilities.
Everything. Pay the allowances.
We are not here to criticize. We are just here to share. Just to make it clear. We got a different generation, and I'm also a different generation, but not netball. So we are just here to share so that we know how that we can improve.
So like for the allowances for the coaches, allowances for the athletes. So they need this. Maybe there is not big amount, but they need some money to support them to come in and out for the training, you see. So like training venue, because when you need that like long period, about 6 months training time, all these things is involving costs. So like previously, like last year, involving in NSL. So like for that 3 months time, it might be cost about 80 to 100,000 to pay everything, you see. So so very difficult. But right now, like I think both of us like thinking is like how we want to like stabilize the national team. How the bottom people can help up to bring another level for this team.
Do the bottom people know that their help is needed? Now you're telling me how the bottom people can help the national team, but do the bottom people know that their help is needed?
But basically, like what we have in the scenario in Malaysia is there is no club that is really strong in funding everything. People just get together. They can call them the club name, probably whatever lah. Okay, club name, and then they just come in and play.